Hello and welcome back to my Christmas Craft Extravaganza. Today I have got a paper craft activity for us to do. So I have been seeing these paper bows everywhere on my social medias. So I thought that we could make some paper bows today. I'm going to show you how to do it because it is quite easy and yeah, lots of fun and a great way to use up some scrap papers. I myself am a little bit of a craft hoarder, as you may know, and something that I love to hoard is craft magazines. So these ones are actually from, oh gosh, do they even have a date on them? They're from 2015. So I've had these magazines for quite a while. One reason I love to hold on to magazines is for the inspiration, because lots of crafts come around in cycles. So what was fashionable 10 years ago will cycle back around again. Oh my goodness, 2015 is 10 years ago. That's crazy. But these magazines also contain some paper or some papers in them. So you can cut these out and use them for crafts. They probably have craft activities in these books to use them for, but I'm going to cut out the papers for us to use for the bows. So you possibly don't have a stack of magazines that contains papers for you to use, but that's okay because there's heaps of other ways that you can source papers for this craft. So scrapbooking papers will work really well because they're quite a firm thickness and they have, or some of them come double-sided, which is also really handy. You can just use plain coloured paper if you wanted, or maybe you might have something like some gift wrap or something similar that you're able to recycle and use. So before we get on to actually making the bows, I'm going to just trim down the edges of the magazines. These didn't have perforated things to pull them out with, so I just had to tear them out, which means that it's got those rough, jagged edges. So I possibly don't need to do this at this stage. I could do it afterwards when I make my next cut, but I just thought I would neaten it up to start with, and that way we've just got some nice rectangular papers. Okay, so other than the paper, we just need scissors and a glue stick to be able to do this craft. And the first thing that we're going to need to do is make our papers into a square. So I think we'll work with this one today. So to make our paper into a square, we're going to grab the bottom corner and we are going to bring it right up as far as it will go so that it meets and joins at the top there, so that folds over beautifully, making sort of a triangle with the page here. And then we have that little extra bit on the side, the rectangle on the side, which we will cut off. So when we unfold this, it'll be a perfect square. But I'm just going to trim this part off first because we don't need that. So I'll pop that to the side and I'll probably use that for something later. I might make some gift tags or something out of it because it's kind of cute. Right, so when I unfold it like this, we have a perfect square and we already have our first fold done as well. So now we're going to grab the other corner and bring it up to this corner, and then we're going to smooth down that edge. Now I like to give it a really good firm scoring with my finger just to make sure that it's nice and crisp fold mark. Right, so opening it up and then folding it from side to side like this, and again, nice firm mark along the bottom. And then we're going to turn it so that our fold is at the top and we're going to fold it in half again to make a little square now. So just remembering to keep that folded part at the top. And we're going to cut an arc like I just showed there. So you can draw that out first if you like, or you can just freehand it like I'm doing here. But we're just cutting a rounded arc from about a third of the way into a third of the way at the top. So when we open it up, it should look like this. but we're just going to keep it folded in that halfway mark. And then with that line that we've scored there on either side, we're going to use our scissors to cut up towards the top. Now we want to go most of the way up, but we don't want to cut it off. So we probably want to leave maybe just a finger-sized gap at the top, maybe like 1 centimetre. A little bit less if you want, but we don't want to chop all the way through. I went quite close there actually. I normally leave a little bit larger gap than that. But making sure that we're cutting from that very point at the bottom and then all the way up the line. Like that. Okay, so we're going to carefully open it up. We don't want to rip those bits because it's only held on very slightly. And then with our bottom piece down here, we're going to go, we've got our center line marked out. We're going to come slightly to the side and we're going to match up to that top part where we just cut up to. So we're wanting to remove a triangle section out of this piece. So I'm going to cut up and meet where that cut out, where we've cut up to rather. And then we're going to come on this side of the line because we want to leave a little tail. So we're going to come up again on this side and meet up with that cut. Remove it. So we've left ourselves a little tail there. Spin it around and then down the bottom here, we're going to fold over. It's a little bit tricky this because we're not folding properly. We're just bringing it together so that we can make a symmetrical cut. So we don't need to score this at all and fold it properly. We just want to join the pieces together so that we're cutting together. And we're just going to cut a triangle off of the bottom here. Just like that. We've got a large triangle cut out. Okay, so I think that's all for our cutting now. We're going to grab our glue stick and we're going to very carefully pop a big dollop of glue right in the center. We're going to bring these arms up and over because this is going to form our bow and it's going to stick down onto where we've just put that glue stick. And then this side's going to meet up nicely as well. And the good thing about the glue stick is that it's not wet and it dries pretty quickly. So that's why I like to use the glue stick. You could probably use hot glue gun if you liked, but anything that's too wet, I think you're just going to get in a big mess with. Right, so once we've brought all 4 of those pieces in, they've all matched up like that, I'm going to put another bit of glue. And then these are the tails for our bow. So I'm going to now flip that over, being really careful not to rip. And press it down so it holds in place. Grab some more glue, put that on the top bit there in the center. And then I'm going to fold this little tag around. And there's a bit of a dual purpose here because it's going to help to hold it together, but it's also going to give it the look of that tie that you would have on a bow, the little tie ribbon bit in the middle. Now, if I wanted to, I probably could have come up a little bit higher with the tail cut. These ones kind of sit a little bit low. But there we go, super cute, super easy. So I'm in love with these bows. I am going to make a whole collection of them and I think I might join them all together to make a bit of a garland. Otherwise, I'm thinking I might need to get myself a little Christmas tree and decorate the whole thing with little bows. I think that would be super cute as well. Just one last step here. I'm just cutting the little bit out of the base so that it's got that little ribbon look to it. Well, I hope you enjoyed this quick little project today. Be sure to come back and join me again tomorrow. I'm doing a different craft every day leading up to Christmas. So 24 crafts in 24 days. it's been lots of fun so far. So yeah, please come back and join me tomorrow to see what I'll be creating. And also don't forget to like this post if you enjoyed it, and follow me as well, because then you'll never miss out on a crafting project again. Thanks for joining me, and I will see you again tomorrow. Happy crafting, Merry Christmas, and see you later. Bye.